So Brandon, what did you have in that game? What did you say you had a cold?
It's a little stomach issue. I'm not sure what it was. Just a little bit unsettled.
And you missed a few plays at the end of the second quarter with it, right?
Yeah, I was starting to cramp up at the end of the second, so I went in and got an IV.
You're gonna try to have the same issue again this week, the same performance.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, yeah. But we'll try to.
What was just that whole experience like from your game, team's game, and just seeing Jaden, turning around in the air there at the end?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun game. That kid is special. Just seeing him grow every single week. He just surprised me every single week with something different. His poise. He's starting to work the pocket. I think on the first touchdown that we scored, just when I watched it on film, just watching him just work the pocket, step in the pocket, and then just throw the ball. Special.
What have you guys seen so far from Utah on film?
They like to press. They're just they play hard football. They just say their guys are better than us, and they're just gonna beat us.
What were you thinking as he kind of got towards the goal line and got hit and spun around? Was it a moment in slow motion at all for you?
Yeah, I was working in the middle of the field, and then I saw him step up in the pocket, and I just saw a lot of green. I thought he was gonna slide, and then I just see him just get airborne, and I was just like, everything just slowed down, and I saw him land in the end zone, and then he just landed right in front of me, and then I saw him in the paint, and it was a great moment. It was fun.
How has your connection with him developed to get off to such a hot start?
This just the work that we put in from the moment he got here in the spring, summer, and even stuff after practice, starting to come to light. In every game, we just see things, we watch film together, and just see things, so that we're just one step ahead.
Brandon, do you think that was the biggest game of your life?
In terms of what?
Statistically?
Yeah, definitely. That was my first multiple touchdown game here. First, I think career high in terms of receiving yards. So yeah.
After the game, as you're kind of walking back home, or just when you have time to reflect on it, how are you feeling about that?
My game myself wasn't really what was taking over my thoughts. Just the fact that we just got a good team win, play good complementary football. We were able to run the ball on them. We were able to communicate on the sidelines and just play the fun game and get the win.
You put all that work in, though, off-season, Pop Warner all the way up. What's it like for it all to come to fruition in one game? And are you able to enjoy it? Did you take a moment before you turned on the Utah tape to enjoy it?
Well, yeah, I was just talking to Kyle Williams, just the work that we put in, just out there in 110, 112 degree heat, out on the turf, just catching balls, just working with the quarterbacks, the whole team out there just working together. We haven't really, it's kind of hard during the season to kind of sit down. You don't want to soak too much, you just want to keep it moving. But I think at the end of the season we'll have a chance to do that.
So Utah's got a team and a fan base that talks a whole lot, and Jaden and considered going there pretty seriously. Does that add any bit of motivation to you guys? I know you like some of that stuff.
Yeah, I think I have a group chat with Eno and Jaden, and they're going at those guys, so they'll be ready. I think somebody just sparked up one of his old pictures on Twitter about him on his visit and Jaden visiting there as well. So they know those guys pretty well, but we'll be ready.
What was that game like to play in on Saturday for the team?
It was fun. It was a fun game. Day game, just seeing the fans out there, just seeing the team, just being out there. It was just fun. There was never a moment where it was like the game was just big or the moment was too high. It was just a fun game. We were just out there enjoying it.
Talk about the way you and Jaden have developed together as a pass-catch combo.
Yeah, that kid, like I just said earlier, he's special. He's right there. That's my guy. Just the stuff that he sees even before I see it, and just even the ball. As soon as you get out of your break, the ball's on you, and that's a receiver. Just what receivers love. Just for quarterbacks to be able to put those balls right on you, right in stride. You never have to break stride when you're catching passes from him.
I've heard him say, and I think I've heard you say, that this is kind of the manifestation of a lot of work you guys have done in the offseason, right?
Yeah, from the moment he got here in the spring, all the receivers were out there, out on the turf, in the bubble, on the grass. We're just putting a lot of hours, and it's starting to come to light.
In the context of so many people saying going into the season, oh, no N'Keal Harry this year, how satisfying is it for you to be doing the things you're doing on the field?
I mean, that was just kind of we heard that a lot in the off season, but that never was really a problem for us. We know what we had. We know what we could do as a receiver core. That was kind of something that the media put on us without having to kill, but we never really worried too much about that. We just knew if we did what we did, do what we do, and we just listen to our coaching and just play our game, we'd be just fine.
You talked about staying in the moment, getting ready for each game, but has it been a little bit difficult with you with some of the accomplishments you've been having to not think about some of that stuff and think about what could happen?
Yeah, D. Haig said it best. Just take it play by play and don't try to force anything. And even Coach Yanis told me during the game, because it gets kind of frustrating, but he just tells me even if you get like a swing route or anything, it was like once you get the ball, just do what you do and you have a chance to make up for things. But just taking it every play by play and letting the game come to you.
I probably get one text a week about how you pronounce your name from other sports reporters around the country. What's the worst way someone's pronounced your name? The name, the most wrong.
Well, this year I haven't heard it wrong at all, but last year, Aiyuk and Aiyuk, just a lot of different ways. But this year they've been pretty good with that.
This Utah game last year was your first career 100-yard game for the Sun Devils. Was that a moment you feel like has kind of helped you click and kind of move forward and take these next steps as a receiver here?
Yeah, definitely. That game last year was kind of one of the games that I felt where I started to feel comfortable. And that game had the Washington State game had the exact same feel as that Utah game. But, I think back to that game because people like to talk about those guys a lot, give them a lot of credit. But it's pretty much the same guys. So I think N'Keal had a great game. Was able to run the ball, so we're looking to do those same things.